Middlesbrough and Wrexham were both winners in midweek, heading into this first ever league meeting between the clubs. Brian Robson was the Borough boss and Paul Gascoigne in the Middlesbrough midfield when their paths last crossed in the third round of the FA Cup just before the turn of the century. Wrexham won that one, and they're hoping to spring another surprise today against the Borough team, who can move back within 1 point of top spot should they make it 3 wins in a row since returning from the international break. Kabore forward, and again. They've created a little bit of space here. Thomason working it wider for Longman. There's Kiefer Moore in the middle. Longman's going to take the shot on himself, though. And forces Sol Bryn into early action. Goalkeeper springing across to make the stop. Found himself in all sorts of space here, Ryan Longman, and he was in the mood to make the most of it. Straight into the thick of things here. Shooting chance, maybe, deflected and in. Windass, who had the hit, helped through and beyond Bryn. And Wrexham in front at the Riverside. It's taken less than 7 minutes. Middlesbrough caught cold somewhat from the quickly taken short corner. Windass had some room in which to operate. There's the big deflection, though, that took it away from the goalkeeper. Could do little about it, really. There's 3 successive promotions, so it's taken a little while for them to find their feet. It certainly seems that they're doing now. Alfie Jones striding forward for Middlesbrough. A dozen minutes in, Bergsorg taking over. Back to Hackney here. Bergsorg, just as he was about to get the shot away, the challenge came in, and down he went. Free kick will follow in a really promising position here. It's a big early moment for Middlesbrough, but it's always just off target. No real alarm for Okonkwo. Aidan Hackney had time to size that up, but knew really from the moment it left his boot, it wasn't quite going where he wanted it to. Bergsorg, he had tried to thread that through to target, wasn't able to do so, but still has the ball, and now Callum Britton in support. Wider is Whittaker. Still Morgan Whittaker. Well, he'd done really well to be able to deliver any sort of cross. When it came, it was a little over here. Those in red will reach it and keep the danger alive with Hayden Hackney here. And now Morris, Aidan Morris, off target. Middlesbrough's second attempt at goal of the game. Not necessarily the one that they would have wanted on the end of the opportunity from this type of territory. Playing his 50th game for Middlesbrough today. James did well in a tight spot, and he's helped out by Thomason. Now the goal scorer Windass. There's Cleworth. Kabore outside of him. Keeps it in tight to the touchline, does Issa Kabore. Thomason had continued his run neatly into his path, brought it down equally impressively, and now Windass, and another deflection, and this time it's off Alfie Jones, which takes it over the top. Middlesbrough hearts would have been in mouths for a moment again. Certainly well worth another go from Josh Windass, a lot closer to goal than the one from which he scored. Target will try and return it, though. Hackney to Bergsorg, who goes down. As George Dobson stepped in. He was nowhere near the ball. Bergsorg was just a bit too quick for George Dobson. So many to aim at in a packed penalty area awaiting this delivery. He becomes and gets enough on it. Okonkwo sits up for Hackney to hit it. Didn't take a touch on the way behind, but it might have been off a teammate potentially. Going back his way. He just brushed off Morgan Whittaker. There's Conway, starting to see a bit more of it. And lets it go. Oh, it's beyond him. Hackney. And it comes through for Conway when perhaps it shouldn't have done really. Okonkwo is in the way to make the save, and a comfortable save it was in the end to keep out Tommy Conway. Here by Hackney's ball, missed really by Hyam. Okonkwo grateful that he wasn't extended. It is still restless on Teesside. The first time passes have gone astray in that part of the pitch. Now it might open up for Wrexham on the counter. Kakache. O'Brien. His ball in towards Kiefer Moore. Off the bar from right in front of goal. Massive chance for Wrexham to double their lead. And maybe have put it beyond Middlesbrough. And Kiefer Moore can't quite believe that he hasn't converted from his type of territory. He appeared to be in the perfect position. Back across the keeper, he took Bryn out of the equation, but the goalkeeper spared by the frame of his goal. What a chance. Here is Hayden Hackney. Deflection on his shot. Only now do Wrexham get it away. Britton. Ball in towards Hackney! Meets it for Middlesbrough! Levels it for Middlesbrough! And Hayden Hackney is there again when they needed him. And it's Hayden Hackney that converts decisively, just getting himself in front of George Dobson to reach the ball in from Britton and score only his second of the season. After such a disappointing opening 45 minutes for Middlesbrough, with 10 of the 90 to go, they will feel they can win it now. And here is Conway looking to go all the way through, and then brought down just outside the penalty area. All of a sudden, the mood shifts. Middlesbrough now in the box seat, Borough with the belief. And Wrexham, having led for so long, are suddenly hanging on a bit to try and preserve a point. It's Hayden Hackney, and after the big build-up, it's straight at Okonkwo this time. He might get another go here. Instead plays it short for Conway. Conway finds Luke Ayling with time to take it down. Ayling going for the spectacular and turned away from trouble by Okonkwo. Good stop, really good hit by Luke Ayling. This is a different Middlesbrough team in their second half. Full credit to Rob Edwards and his side and the changes that he made at the break. Saul Bryn to launch it long, playing on only at the referee's discretion. But there won't be any further time. That is that, and that is a point apiece. A game in which Phil Parkinson's Wrexham led for so long, but Hayden Hackney, the home side's hero, with the late equalising goal. So often stepping up to centre stage for Middlesbrough, not quite as often being on the end of balls into the box to head home, exactly as he did to rescue some reward today for those in red, to preserve their unbeaten record at the Riverside in the Championship this season. First meeting between these clubs in league history ends with honours even. Middlesbrough 1, Wrexham 1.